The lozenges are perfectly fine. The lozenges are safe. Do not be perturbed by the lozenges. The lozenges are safe. We are telling you that the lozenges are safe.
You don't know what I said, but today my mom said to me, hey, why don't you try getting some lozenges if your throat's still kind of messed up? And I was like, lozenges? I forgot that those exist. So while I was out and about today, I went to a corner store and picked up a little pack of lozenges, little mini ones, because I don't like big ones. I wanna dominate my lozenges. And about a block and a half later, I realized the lozenges were best before November 2024. Anyway, they still work. I'm sure I'm fine. I'm sure I'm completely fine. Hi, I'm Chris Vangelus, criminal mastermind. And I don't know if I would pay for it, but I definitely would regard with interest a Vangelus rap written to that song. Hello, everyone. Let's scroll up. Hello, somewhere out there in VOD world, Sam Wellbell. Hello, Cliff. Axe Smith, V-Rider, Diaclona from YouTube, Mozotron, Sideswipe Prime, Ben Walter, Student Scissors, Connor McClure, Long was here, Shia, Raven's Roost, Tyler Nutter, make sure I'm not missing anyone, Isaiah P, Delta Tryon from YouTube, Eve Tronia, Red Snarl, Vivisected, Mario Roca, Lorcan Nagel, AM, General Techno, and Soup, and Chris Muse, and Minor Edgar, and Mish, My Oshi, depends on the time of day. Sometimes my Oshi is Sunder from IDW Transformers. Psychocyclonus, hello. Wait, Lai, what do people call them if they're not... They're called lozenges. Like, when I couldn't find them because I walked past them and then looked around everywhere else in the store, I was like, hey, do you have any lozenges? And the guy was like, oh yeah, we got Halls and Fisherman's Friends over there. Like, they're lozenges. Hello, just a random yellow Pikmin. Hello, Bot's Obsession. I'm here to tell you about the toys I got today. And because people are cough drops, I mean, like they are, but lozenges. That's how I've always, because, I don't know. They're lozenges. It's one word. Cough drops is two words. Cough drops has like the American kind of. You know how a lot of Americans say they don't say box, they say box. Cough drops. I got a box of cough drop. I don't know. Like I'm partly European, so I do use a certain level of lyrical nature to my speech. So what did I do today? Well, I decided I wanted some fresh toys, and I decided I want them now. So the last time this happened was I looked. It was actually December 2023 when we got our reactivate toys before everybody else. In case you're curious how I did this, because I know that Toy Guy, you know, whenever this happens, Toy Guy gets targeted in the comments. Like, I can't believe you fell to PvP's level, these stolen toys. I can't believe you have all... You know, I saw people doing that in the comments, so I like to be very clear that the way I got these... Now, there are, you know, you have your early toy marketplaces. People are like, oh, did you use PvP's contacts? You're talking about ants that scuttle at the foot of a monument. And at the top of that tower is me, the Spike. And sometimes that Spike... Now, I slumber a lot because I don't want for much. But sometimes that Spike gets hungry. And so I will bend down, and I will stab into something and take it because I want it. So I don't use some kind of fancy pants... I have an Instagram contact and I spend it early. No, I pay a little bit extra. No. When I get my early toys, I'm OG. I'm old school. There is a loss of human life. Otherwise, I don't feel anything. So I know that, you know, some of you YouTubers out there, maybe some of the ones in the chat, you know, I'm not gonna out you, but maybe... You know, you were in talks with someone when you heard about this, and you had a contact who was like, "Ooh, yeah, I can get you an Alchemist. I can get you a Vortex." Maybe you noticed it's been a few hours since your contacts have responded to you. You don't have contacts anymore. And the ocean has a little bit of extra fertilizer at the bottom of the seabed, if you know what I'm saying. Ah, damn, it's good to be a criminal! Anyway, I just hope that we all understand that I'm an extremely dangerous person. So don't cross me when I want my early toys. Okay? Anyway, earlier today, I kind of figured, oh, it's going to be outskirts Walmarts, but then someone said, oh, at Dufferin I got me a Vortex. So I went to Dufferin. They had a pile of Vortexes, Crashers, and Alchemist Primes. Kind of, like... It looked like they'd been put on a shelf, and then someone ran in with both fists and just punched and, swatted through them like this, as though they were looking for, like, a 4th Deluxe that doesn't exist. Anyway, I don't know. I don't have any allegations. The only allegations I have are at the bottom of the ocean, where they belong. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. That's what we're going to be splitting open. Yeah, lots of obsession. The age of toy theft is over. The age of blood toys is now. So let me bring us to the desktop view, because we're all equipped and ready to go. Look, it's him. It's the guy who is in. Oh, what? One more thing, by the way, before everyone starts going like, oh, you Canadians getting everything early. Ooh, woo, 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 woo. The only Wave 1 Deluxe that we have in Canada is only a GameStop, and it's only Wasp. This is now Wave 1 in Canada. So, oh, you Canadians getting it. You have Solus Prime, all right? Just let's just settle down a second. Anyway. I can Deltatron. I can run for local government. I just decide I don't want. Listen, the spike slumbers. You know, I am the spike, and I have fed. Speaking of which, the window. You know, now we know. So let's have our fun. I was able to do this on a Voyager. Maybe it's different on the Deluxes, but. Yeah, simple. Child's play. Our toys are so much more secure. Yeah, whatever. I still do things the way I want to. Hey, look, there's a tissue paper. This thing fired out of the top of the box, by the way. Oh, I do like this. Now the instructions are, they're not folded as much as I remember them being, so there's a little bit less creasage. So you can frame these a little bit more easily. Also, this made the front page round, so where is it? Here it is. Check it out. Bruticus is going to have the leg vehicles on the front. That's all I want. So that makes me happy. I'm curious to see how that turns out. Lorca Nagel, I bet if you were to do that in a toy store, nobody would notice. The perfect crime. Yeah, basically. But yeah, I'm really chuffed and pleased that the era of the box shred does not have to go away. In fact, it's gotten even better. We are now the box puncher era. That said, I don't want to deal with these stupid plastic ties. So we're going to do a little bit of surgery. Minor Edgar, weird thing, my Solus's instructions weren't folded, but air raids were. That's so strange. He's IIP. I tried doing this in a store and I got caught. You gotta have more swagger. You gotta have a little bit more fist riz. Alright? It's alright though, nothing to be ashamed of. Chris, what if I started my own competing stream? My third Wasp and my first air raid are coming in today. I mean, I could... Unless you can do it. I could always dead pixel you right up here like I had last time. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. You gotta become what do you call it? You gotta become an OBS artiste. I'm joshing and kidding. All right, joshing and kidding. Hello, Alfie. I'm joshing and kidding around. I'm a goof. What's in the tissue paper, by the way? Is it guns? I think it's just guns. Typical. How many guns is he? Oh, yeah, right. He always has the 2 extra. So, let's get his legs split. Let's get his feet split. You're on your 3rd Wasp. I only just clocked that. That's kind of wild. Condolences. Alrighty. I like... Okay, something I kind of think is amusing, right? Oh, okay, I was about to say... I like the idea that Vortex has hands and he simply can't use them because they're so buried, but this is on a little hingy thing. How does the little hingy thing work? Wait, is that it? Okay. I'm assuming we're doing the same over here. I had a nightmare about, like, being trapped in a purgatory that was just like a giant, like, southern mansion made out of glass, and all the people that I knew in the mansion would just disappear the moment that they left my eyesight, but they'd disappear and wouldn't come back. And eventually I was like, wait, is this like the destruction of my own mind palace? And then I woke up and I was like, I'm hungry. Oh, metal metrosexual, I have been blowing my nose and clearing my throat so much, I don't have anything left to do the test with that tissue paper, so I'm throwing it away, you know? I'm being a little wanton. I'm being a little like Emperor Nero. I had a request for the dab test. I suspect this won't be an issue. Yeah. Yeah. He even has like his whole second sleeve to cover up if you think he's not doing it right. I'll lie, I've been blowing my nose. In public, actually. I make eye contact with people, and I'm like, ha, you want a piece of this? Ha ha! I bet you can't even go as hard. But yeah, dab test successful. I'm a pretty tough guy. Snot maxing, yes, thank you, Shial. Oh yeah, the colors on this guy look great. I was not gonna pick this guy up originally because, like, did you know that after taxes, a deluxe at Walmart in Canada comes to $40? But then I saw the two of them, and I was like, you know, we only live once. Oh, they want me to crossways these things on them. Okay. That's why when that hypothesized chart of new American MSRPs went up, I understand exchange rates are a thing. But I've talked a lot in past about the psychology of simple numbers. So when I saw the Americans reacting to those numbers, I was kind of like, exchange rates aside. Welcome to our world, eh? Hosers. Because that's why I dropped out of buying a lot of core class stuff, is because even with the exchange rate making it make sense in some way, there's a psychological thing when a core class transformer comes out to over $16 at times. It just feels different than if it came out to, say, $12 or $13. I know it's not a matter of a lot of dollars at once. It's a psychological thing. It's the same way that stuff that's under $50 feels different than stuff that's over $50. Stuff that's under $20 feels different than stuff that is $30. Psychologically speaking. Then you get into the exchange rate and you just go like, oh. I'm going to put his gun into his hand. There's a lot of math involved when we start talking about toy stuff, but like it's, you know, I'm something of a Steiner mather myself. Is this thing telling me to? Oh, okay, it's saying to put them on his forearms. All right. I thought for a second they were like, yeah, just stick all his guns together. I was like, are you high? Are you all right? So he's got his little forearm slots. I liked his head sculpt a lot. I don't know if you can see in the 3 dimensions. Let me, I'm going to bring the focus a little closer for a second. Which means I have to open 2 menus, because that's the world we live in. Okay, so. That's a very good head sculpt. Yeah, the large visor in person also swayed me greatly. That and he's a decent in hand size. You know, he's grippable. I have already been Picky Peas. I have already been saying, where is my goddamn Alpha Bravo? Hefty. I mean, for a deluxe, yeah. I mean, he doesn't feel like a paperweight, but he doesn't feel paper light either. Oh yeah, spin test before we. This is the super robot spin test where he's gonna hover around and shoot stuff. I don't know how that's actually carrying over the webcam stream frame rate, but it's spin quite freely. Pencil test. I will bring out the scientific piece. Hey. Yeah. Oh. Oh, but consider. But now, and then finally, oh, look at that. Good toy. All right. I wasn't sure, but we've confirmed. Need to know if the package changer. I'll do that on the next one. Remind me. I'll do that when we get to the other one. Yeah, the last hit. It's how we carry ourselves. I do think it's kind of weird that is, you know, that's just where it goes, it seems, unless I'm missing something. Because that armature is on the forearm, so you can't really lock in up here without bolting everything shut. So he's just got this goobly thing. Like, it is remarkably kind of not in the way of stuff, given how much of a big, long, goobly thing it is. What about the taste test? It's 3-month-old mold release. 3-month and 2-day-old mold release. Tastes kind of like a latter-era switch cart. The good stuff. Oh yeah, Picky Peas, we did do the dab test. He passes it. He's got enough arm blockage to get away with a whole lot of like loose or tight dabbing. Yeah, I mean, we gotta, as they say, lie. There have to be pioneers and trailblazers in all respects, and this is simply the burden that I bear as someone who face revealed within 3 months of starting doing YouTube stuff. It's just where I'm at. I'm gonna move the focus back a little bit now, so as I can transform this. Oh, Cliff, the phrase lip cam somehow sounds worse than classics like balls cam. Like it sounds so meaty. Tongue cam. I mean, possible. You'd probably want to have like someone on site keeping an eye on the monitor. Yeah, tongues ain't nothing. What the hell is this? Sorry, I wanted to see, like, you know, oh, I could transform this. I'm already seeing there's... Okay, we're not... I wasn't expecting that. So, I'm saving us the 10 minutes I would have spent being stuck on the transformation. Because the first step is turn his head backwards, right? And then fold out his head cover. I haven't looked at any cover to this guy, by the way. And did you notice his landing gear's in the back of his skull? So I wasn't expecting any of that. You know, I will say I haven't looked at any coverage of this guy because I figured like I won't have to think about him for months and months and months. It's just a ponytail. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can leave it out for his Vortex bun era. Is the propeller on a 5mm? It appears to be, yes. Although I have heard... No, it's 5mm, because it's pegging onto these things, too. I heard the TF1 Deluxe Bumblebee uses 4mm bespoke pegs for something. So it is a worthy testing thing. But yeah, if you pick up Vortex, you now have a propeller you can just stick onto anybody. Like for instance... This is Adamus Machina Rodimus. It fits. It fits. So now Rodimus Prime can do his famous hover attack. Yeah? Yeah. Yep. Rodimus tails per hour. I mean, you could say he'd be going a couple per hours with this kind of thing. You see, he can be like, you know, blasting stuff as he's flying around with his ass copter. Valkais has made it. Yep. Just this is a personal thing. I'm just curious if this fits. It does. So he can also store it in robot mode. It's me, Adamus Machina Rodimus Prime, and my hidden propeller blade. What in the Hayato Sakamoto? Yeah, this is basically like Armada Jolt. This is actually just a Studio Series style diorama of the time he managed to glue himself to the ceiling fan in Swerves. Yeah. Yeah, Adamus, for those who don't know, Adamus Machina Rodimus Prime, or Rodimus, has a 5mm port in his ass for no particular reason. He also has one on each heel, again, for no particular reason. So you can give him, like, custom tails, custom shoes. I don't really know why, but it's useful. Just seeing, yeah, does this mean Vortex can use that thing as a Sephiroth sword? Let's have a look-see. No, because his holes are round. Rodimus's hole is hexagonal, which I think offers the extra little bit of angle on each detent to, like, better fit this. Maybe if you just stick one in. That's too loose now. Yeah, this fits much better into Adamus Machina Rodimus's ass than into either of Vortex's fists, unfortunately. So I think we fold these things up, right? This is the back of a helicopter. Hole angled for grip. Yeah, basically. Oh yeah, hypothetically, Bruticus could use the propeller as a ninja star, which could be kind of cool. This feels backwards. Maybe it's more like this? Yeah, that seems, because the sculpted stuff, the what do you call it? The air gap is down there. It's terribly tight. Oh yeah. There's little round semicircle divots in there for this stuff. Oh, I see. I had the shoulder rotated still. There you go. Oh, look at that little guy. He's happening. Yeah, Bruticus Ninja Consultant. In my head canon, I'll show you the little of what I'm talking about, but I have a head canon for these little guys. Would you want to be a guest star in a Scooby-Doo episode? Absolutely. Although I would have a lot of trouble not ruining its release in the press by simply talking about how whatever we're making is not as good as Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna stick his guns into him. I think these have little tablets, right? Yeah, there's little tablatures there. I wonder if those are supposed to bespokely go into something. Like, do they both go under here? Maybe? Maybe? Ah, that looks kind of neat. They go under the tail, too. Yeah, there's a couple spots back there I was seeing. And they're pointing the wrong way, though, because they'd be going in like that or like that. Doesn't feel as... Where does the book say to put them? Tell me what to do. Oh, did I not... Oh. Haha. He would have crashed immediately. There you go, there you go. Right? Or no? There you go, there you go. So the book says... The book is saying a lot of things. The book says put this one back here backwards. I put this one on the front, like that, and I put this one back here backwards. Why do they say to do it like this? Because, like, I just noticed there are these slots here, right? So you can put it like that, which looks way cooler. I guess you have options. Like, I guess you could use your imagination or something. Could be a combine mode thing too, yeah. Either way, they all have these little like tab notches and a 5mm, so there are also just 2 ports back here. So yeah, you got lots of options. The last thing though I want to see though with this little guy is my favorite little bit of this thing, which is the arms. I like the arms on this a lot. So I like that you can transform, you put it on, then you transform the arm to split it. So, I am curious if I can do the same thing. Oh, excuse me. This arrangement of pegs and things is different. So, I actually can't just slap them on here. I'd have to get creative. It's still doable, but I have to do a manual style. Because I mean, the thing I believe that is known is you can like pull the limb hunks off and scramble those around. But I was hoping I could just stick them right on the frame too. Because in my headcanon, the whole idea is Vortex like slaps himself on here with the dogged anti-hero Legacy Menasor group, and then like sucks the combiner frame tech out of him to bring back to the Omni Combaticons, so they can have their own funny Legacy one too. Yeah, as Noah was saying, the bots are keyed to their combiner limbs, but then the limbs themselves are swappable. However, I think I can still slap at least part of them on here. Sorry, I gotta... Ugh. I love it when I try to turn my phone off by squeezing it, and that means I take a screenshot of my home screen. It's beautiful design. He shot it out. Your secrets will be mine. Oh, the tabs are even in a different spot. Dang it. And the pegs are... Oh, they're the things in the... No, I can fix this. There we go. And, just give me... Hold... This is going to be so cool. This is going to be so cool, and I'm going to be so popular. The Toronto Gazette would like to interview you about your humanitarianism, Mr. Vangelus. Well, naturally, I'm extremely humble to hear that. But I accept. I accept. I'll do your little magazine interview. If you think it will inspire some of the kids out there. There we go, there we go. So yeah, basically Scramble City. It's pretty much perfect. It's what it, like it's frankly a marvel. It's pretty much perfect. I saw someone saying we could switch the halves, which I didn't think about. Who needs old the tabs on a different side on the hang on, the tabs on a different side. Anyway, who needs Swapticons when we've got this? It's an extremely different tab, I think. They are extremely different tabs. Anyway, who needs the Swapticons? Perfect toy. I've never seen a helicopter like this before! That's right, and you can purchase the new Decepticon swappers. Get ready to put me in the corner. It's weird that that's not the first time I have been told that, but then again, I am a career criminal. Can the Swapticons T-pose? It depends on which ones. Thanks to youtube.com/@Diaclona. Check out their channel. They're pretty good at YouTubing. They have we got a look at the Swapticon ranking list, which revealed that Ultra Magnus can actually T-pose. Swapticon Ultra Magnus. I don't have like multiple windows open here. So whenever it's time, someone just tell me when it's time to add the dead pixel. Anyway, I'll show you the part of this now that I have to put him back on anyway. I will share the part that I love about Legacy Menasor, which is the arms. Because it's so toyetic, and so play, and it makes me happy. Take it easy, Chris Carnage! So I just love you stick the car on there, and then you crack it open. It's such a cool idea. And give him the Mena knife. I always forget when I take them off, like how I put these on. I think it was like this. Something like that. Oh, people, by the way, on in multiple channels were like, "How did you mount that on drag strip?" You can just swing the two handles, and eventually they line up with the drag strip holes. Hey, don't embarrass yourself. People are already impressed that you're able to wear it as a wing pack, as you always were meant to. Oh, this is the Legacy Mena knife. The Mena knife snapped at the handle. That's unfortunate. I'm going to turn this little guy back into a robot once. Also, talking helicopter mode. Hard to animate in real time, but, you know, he's like, "Wow, I'm a deviant. Ah!" So we can just keep that crossed. Heliductor, very good one, Small Dream. It's the little bastard from MST3K. Solid click there into those. Here, I'll show you. Into these like teeth. Like these actually go like click to go in there, which is nice. Definitely not watching Muppet Treasure Island or anything, I swear. We'd know. Proper authorities would know. Yeah, the weird, like, googly dangly arm stuff is probably the biggest bummer on this guy. It's not even like, you know, at least for me, it's not like the experience is ruined, it's just extremely loud. It's like, oh, you got some of that stuff, huh? And Vortex is like, yeah, man. I love my sleeves. Better than the Combiner Wars or Unite Warriors version? I don't know, because I really like that one. That one is Alpha Bravo. This toy is inherently inferior to some degree because there is no Alpha Bravo redeco. I anticipate, you know, they'll come to their senses and make it for me before it's too late. But that does impact the efficacy of this piece. I was like, Alpha Bravo is one of the most important Autobots who ever lived. So, kind of predictable that, you know, there's going to be an Alpha Bravo sometime in the near. And Vortex used the back rotor as a saw blade. Hypothetically, I don't think there's enough clearance to put it on his forearm because of the funny sleeve. No, pre-Alpha Bravo is Alpha Bravo with less helicopter parts. Yeah, like this is butting on the sleeve. You could decross this and give him, you know, a big old, like, this is, I guess, the way to have a huge knife made out of helicopter blade. No, Alpha Bravo is a tortured individual. Alpha Bravo is not some kind of joke character for people to give silly voices to. Alpha Bravo is dead serious. If you want to have jokes in your Transformers, you know, bring out, like, I don't know, Chrome Dome or something. The silly name like Chrome Dome. Or like Rewind. You know, silly stuff. Ankle tilts, by the way. Well, in the only canon that respects Alpha Bravo is a technician and engineer who helped to develop the Superion protocol, and then was forced to become part of it with the loss of Slingshot, whom Alpha Bravo was also in love with unrequitedly. It's actually kind of cool. I like this. So you can crisscross a little bit, so it's like scissors. Hello, Nemesis Tomato. Where'd all the slots go? I don't know. I'll put this here. Now it's a jetpack. Yeah, the Vortex scissor arm. Let me go check something. Oh no, he wasn't turned down by a love interest. Slingshot died before they could confirm whether or not they actually cared for one another that much. Because Alpha Bravo was too meek to ask. It's the classic, you know, the classic, what do you call it? Doomed yaoi. You know, when you're like, this time, after this mission, I'm finally going to tell him, and then he dies. That's Alpha Bravo. Anyway, let's get to the other one. Which is, the 13 Alchemist Prime, as opposed to Combaticon Vortex. Interestingly, Alchemist Prime is right there. Let me switch your focus up a little bit. Robot Lorekeeper, he's been through so much doomed yaoi that he turned into a badass, so I would call that the yaoi dooming you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alpha Bravo is what happens when the yaoi dooms so hard that he decides to make the rest of the world suffer. There we go. So I thought it was kind of neat. You can see Alchemist right there. So they moved the art around such that it was relevant. Hopefully, this might just be how they all look. I don't know. I'm not gonna think about it that hard. T fan page, how? Basically, I got this early because when I want something, I get it. Even if it means people have to die, I get what I want when it comes to action figures and toys. A whole lot of people like to crawl around at the foot of the monument thinking about all their Instagram deals and all their contacts they can send money to, but when I get toys early, when I decide as the top of the tower, as the spike, as the spire, when I decide it's time to skewer something because I want it, because I'm hungry, I don't pay with money. First thing you do, you eliminate one, and you say, okay, who's not going to be second? And that's how you do your business. Anyway, what's interesting is that when that thing is blinking, it's because I'm manually clicking it on and off. So, someone wanted a pen test on the new packaging. Yeah, but then you go, no. Oh, that's just hollow. So tinny. Cheap. So cheap. So cheap and hollow. This whole thing feels really just cheap and hollow. It's like it's got just a ton of empty space inside of it. If you shake it, you can even hear rattling. Like, how's a kid supposed to play with this? I don't... Yeah, it's feels so cheap. Cheap and lazy. I mean, this feels like it's made of paper. Anyway. We thought the age of Boxshred was over, and we are thankful the age of Boxshred is still with us. Amen. I'm not getting a... Oh, no, I got a... Nope, that's just the shape of the window. I'm not getting a window tear like I got in Sentinel Prime. I haven't trained enough to do the 1-inch punch. That's on me. Isekai guy, hello. Lies Sleem broke in 10 seconds. Oh. Welcome back. Oh, okay, take 2 weeks. I was about to say. I went looking for my little pixel to add, and I couldn't see it. Now it's back. Well, I'm scissoring now. All right, let's go take a look. F5 it, as they say. All right, what's going on over here?
Chris just opened Theo. Can somebody tell Chris I'm live so that he can put me in the corner of his car? Just want to show off Parker made a delicious salmon, spinach, steak thing. I don't know, I'm not a chef, but it's
There we go.
also got hair right a week ago. He's fun. I sure hope so, because he I've abandoned my morals by going in on the aerial bots. Also having a nice chips. New flavor. Once again, the Aldi's brand. It is it chili lime, I think?
I'll be taking those chips too. Oh, wait.
We'll be unboxing this toy. I just gotta get a little rub in first. Love Waspy's such a neat little guy. I know I'm gonna love him, but it would be freaking awesome if this copy is actually good.
No, put the chips back.
Actually, dead pixel. Let's go.
Can someone tell her to put?
Can
Can someone tell her to put the chips back?
This is my third copy of Wasp.
Can someone tell her to put the chips back? I need to see the chips. I need to see the chips. Can someone tell her to put the chips back?
Okay. Oh, also, another thing came in today that I'm very excited about. Always wanted this guy.
I have my speakers on, so it is going to
My
echo a
first
little bit.
one, the waist didn't lock in, and that was going to bother me forever. So I returned it. Second one had a big paint gash across the chest. So this is my third Wasp.
Where's my chips?
Put the chips back.
No, yeah, okay, here we go. Delicious chips. Oh, okay, you can take the chips away. Not bad.
QC
Not bad.
has been really targeted at me lately.
Not bad.
If this one is not up to my standards, I'm gonna lose my mind. Watching this while watching Vangelus, that sounds like a... Is this a special stream right now because I'm wearing pants?
Anyway.
No, no shirt still, because my upper body's really warm, but my
Just gonna
lower
put that up
body
there.
is quite chilly right now, especially my dang toes.
Alright, let's,
Open it. The chips are chilly though.
Technically, that was all in-camera FX. Thank you, Connor McClure. Yeah, we do things fancy here.
Once you do the dead pixel, that's tough. No, that's fine. But... And shout out to everyone who's actually staying here. It means a lot when the first stream is going.
Here we go. Alright.
Oh, I'll show you.
Hi, Mimicry. Yeah. I committed a whole bunch of crimes to get some toys early because I wanted them. So this is Age of the Prime's Vortex. He's neat. The only real bummer about him is he's got these enormous things hanging off of a single side of a double hinge. But they do kind of stay out of the way. They're just very big. That time it wasn't satire. You just couldn't see that it was underneath the dead pixel. We're asking for a stash close-up. There you go. Make him Alpha Bravo. I was hypothesizing in my head on the way to Walmart about the feasibility of doing a white repaint of a dark gray toy, and I was like, I guess if I really like hate myself, I could try to go through with it. But like, it's just the sheer number of parts here that are like, actually these are frictioned in, so I guess I could get those apart. I don't know, maybe. I'm not paying $40 for a second one. I'm gonna try to. If I were to do that, I would want to get the second one on sale. Yeah, Shadow Hunter. It's just the 3. They also had Crasher, but I didn't need her because I got the Velocitron version. Oh, I'm dropping plastic bits all over the place. Disgusting. On my Crasher, yes. But I don't know. Mine is, I got it at a toy show from it in a dealer room for a deal because nobody was buying it. And yeah, I still expect that a lot of these Age of the Prime toys are going to be pretty plentiful. I don't know. Right now, the things like popping out early all over the place, I think may have to do with just like, you know, a bunch of weird logistics. Coincidentally, you know, or not, it may have to do with reactions to the deranged trade war situation. Who knows? Like, we're not going to find that out anytime soon, I don't think. Let's give him his educated thinking swords. Okay, let's click the focus back. Do you have SS-86 Brawn? What a great question. He is right here. Related? But yeah, these are the relic. So I believe, yeah, there's a tab and a slot. So they go together like that. And now you can see like a Prime. Ugh. Not sure how to make him use this helpfully. Because he does lack wrist swivels. So it's difficult to set this up. Oh. Actually, you can just stick it into his fist holes. I see like God! Yeah, he's got progressive lenses like me. I don't know if I have mentioned, but I have progressive lenses myself now because my eyes are so full of woke. It's a pretty good bit. Is that the elbows facing inwards? Oh yeah, if I just leave him with his arms straight. And yeah, the Blendtron logo being on one of the rims is pretty neat. This makes the eyebrows actually look kind of angry up here. What were you saying on Reddit? If they reissue Vector Prime in this line, I hope they give him a big, silly quill pen. I agree. I think that'd be pretty fun. Woke beam! That's how I carry myself. Still recovering, by the way. I got a dry throat. I should have a lozenge. Just one, though. Just one. Just want to one at a time. There we go. Woke beam! I believe the woke beam is just the Care Bear stares as PQPs. Yeah, yeah. Thoughts on full-size hauls? I just don't want to commit to sucking for that long. I don't think that, you know, I should have to, like, commit all my time when I might just need a short suck. So that's why I went with the Wii ones. How's our articulation doing, by the way? Very basic, but boxy. How does he size with Cyberverse Macadam? I do not have Cyberverse Macadam nearby. I don't actually remember where I put him. Do you get the hauls with the juice in the middle of Canada? I'm not sure. I forgot lozenges exist until my mom mentioned them earlier this morning, so I'm not the best person to ask. And yeah, I think these with a coat of paint on all the greebly bits on the outside would look kind of killer. We do. Thank you, Chris Muse. Thank you, Lano Joe. You got to play the angles a bit, but that seems like a pretty good boxy dab to me. Do you have any other primes yet? No. The other Wave 1, the only deluxe we have from Wave 1 in Canada is Wasp. Hypothetically, there are primas out there, but I've never seen one. Heftfeel, he's pretty, you know, he's a deluxe. I think about the same heft as Braun here, actually, so it's spread out a bit more. Mischievous Turtle will double streaming. Remember, if you check in on this stream, you can also just peek on up there to see what's going on. With my OBS magic. But also, like, I have VODs of everything, so, like, don't feel like there's no... I am a believer that multiple streams going on within the Transformers community at the same time is a sign of health. It means you can click around, see who's doing what, hang out in whoever's stream, and then watch the other one in a VOD. And I'm super happy if people check out VODs. I love VOD watchers. So don't feel any pressure. But also, yeah, I've done the double stream, double commenting, Mischievous Turtle. So yeah, it is a bit of a brain workout. I did that with Dr. Lockdown and Toy Guy were both streaming a Pulse stream at the same time, but on their own channels. So I was hopping between both of their channels in both chats, saying that I'm doing all this on a moving airplane, because I was, with some free Wi-Fi. Adam Rockmore, hello to all the VOD heads, yeah. Pen test on the heft. Good call. Yeah. But, importantly, yeah, it's a pretty good toy, as you can tell. I'm looking for more ports to stick the glasses into. Oh, yeah, he's got forearm ports. So you can stick these on as, like, blasters of sorts. My brains are shooting math at you like lasers! Oh, sorry, Mish. Been a long-time VOD watcher. As an aside, I feel like I've seen more collaboration between TF YouTubers. Used to feel really isolated a decade ago. It's a nice change. Yeah, I've always wanted more collaboration. And ever since about 2 or 3 years ago, when I got invited to a Discord, which is where we were setting up some of the YouTube creator panel things at TFCon, I was like, no, I want to eagerly collaborate more with anybody. So, like, thankfully, Lai reached out last summer on Instagram and was like, hey, do you want to collab? And I was like, hell yeah. We're still working on that. But in the meantime, she started streaming more. And I found I was able to have some really fun times going on her streams, having her on mine a couple times. Having our little bit that happened that one time with the Swapticons was very amusing to me. But yeah, I'm a big believer in collaboration. I think it's really fun. And I think that, like, despite YouTube not surfacing how most of its streaming system works, there's a lot of fun to be had in Transformers YouTubers just doing more streaming if they're comfortable to do so. And then, collaborating, flinging our audiences at each other with the quote-unquote raid system called Redirect. Yeah, last year, that Discord, we did that April Fool's channel swap thing. That was really fun, but, like, that was a lot of stuff to organize. I love that idea, though. If you haven't seen it, check out my The Last Night Dragonstorm review, and then I forgot how many facts about animated on Kean Carlisle's channel. Those were the two I was part of. Mischievous Turtle, your collector videos have made me a better person. Aw, I'm glad they're helpful. I'm guessing you mean the panel ones? Collaborating is a form of gatai. Yeah, I agree. This pose looks friggin' sick, by the way. I don't know if y'all are seeing this. What's your voice acting rate? Your cameo? For paid voiceover, there's a chart I use. I have to look at it. I don't remember it off the top of my head. But I do have a rate that I've used for CamH voiceover. But yeah, I'm still trying to get more collaboration to happen. I'll run into my own executive dysfunction or weird, like, depresso brain stuff that makes things, not move much on my end. But I am very rarely like, oh, I don't know if this is, I will consider, like, oh, I don't know if this is good for my look. If it's someone I literally don't know, I kind of need to, check them out, make sure they don't, like, go on YouTube and yell slurs or whatever. But in most cases, especially if it's just having me on to chat or something, I'm always up for that kind of stuff. Especially if I don't have to edit any of it, then I'm double down for it, because, like, I'm always happy to make work for other people. By the way, there is a hinge, like a rotator pin hinge at the bottom of the neck stem. That's helping with the articulation a whole lot. Let's switch the focus to 55. It just feels like I'm a little bit off of a comfort zone still. Dumb video idea rate. Depends if you actually want me to make it or not, like in a timely fashion. Yeah, this neck is actually, for this body type, this neck is incredible. Like, that's doing so much. Yeah, techno, and also with people who stream on Twitch primarily, like, I mean, it's not impossible to collab, but it definitely is not as smooth as, like, you know, oh, and, you know, on Twitch, this person. Because it doesn't interconnect quite the same way, but I still want to be open to that stuff. Like, I know there's yourself and like Mecha Kohai are a couple people I've seen on Twitch, in the Transformers sphere. How drunk can you get just by handling this figure? It depends, how much you soak this in ethanol before you play with it. Oh yeah, Chris Muse, DM me for sure. I always feel a little bit weird, like, only, yeah, my rate is this, like, but, like, the rate I've used with CamH was also for, like, that's my top professional rate. I can adjust depending what the project is we're talking about. But yeah, send me a message. Are you going to collab with TJ anytime soon? I mean, we technically collab every time we record the TFW podcast. For those who don't know, TJ and many others, but of the ones who, it's now TJ and Aaron and myself primarily, and we have been podcasting together since the year 2008. As far as, like, collab on YouTube, yeah, I want to figure out some more stuff. I mean, technically our panel that I put up was sort of a collab. But TJ is so busy right now with not only his daily videos, but, like, his new Twitch streaming thing, that, like, I don't know how to really go, like, hey TJ, give me an entire evening that's not the podcast right now. Not so, Alex. I remember 2008. Oh, were you 40 in 2008? Because that's wild. That's bigger than me. But yeah, me and TJ did do a collab. We did, yeah, we did the Armada McDonald's tier list, and there is an edit of that up now on the channel as well. So you can see the VOD or you can see the edit. Have TJ sign his soul over to you. I guess I could try. Oh, Preorder 66 always gets mentioned. We love Daniel Craces in this house. I was lying for no reason. Sorry, it happens to everyone. I'm going to try to transform this guy. I'm going to try to do this without thinking. Only using hands. Oh yeah, Shia, that is one of my goals this year, is to get more comfortable doing my own stream edits. I'm still going to do a bunch. They might be like months past, but I'm going to do them anyway, because it's good practice, and also I do what I want. But no, I do want to do more stream edits. I'm hoping to do an Orson's World edit from the 2003 News Dive streams. Yeah, the colors look really nice in person, too. Like, there's a lot of sheen and depth to the hues. I just don't know what parts. I know these do this, but I don't know to what degree that interacts with everything else. This toy isn't due until June. Well, not so, Alex. That's because I'm a dangerous criminal. Arms go in the trunk of the car. Ah, ha 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 ha, okay. I'm not some kind of, like, small-scale, like, little guy who's like, oh, I paid somebody extra money for a factory test shot. You know, I'm not some kind of, like, tiny little muffin. I'm not some kind of, like, small little baking experiment, you know? I'm not some kind of vegan Oreo, you know? I'm a fully un-vegan Oreo. If they could make Oreo cookies out of meat... Lie is eating all the chips like a dog. How do you feel? What? Wait, where's the... I don't see any chips. Where are the chips? I just see a toy lying face down. Yeah. Off-screen munching. Oh, wait, I see the chips. Put the chips back for a second. Put the chips back for a second. I just need to get a look at those chips. I need to inspect them. Ah! Delicious. Tell Laya ate her chips. My straw reaches into your bowl. I eat your potato chips. I eat them up. Anyway, how tall is this guy? Like 86B. He was taller than 86 Braun. I don't have 86B on hand. Also, I don't have Lie's audio up, so someone tell her that someone should clip that for Lion and send it to her later on, so that she knows why I kept asking for this. I could do it too, but you know, we got to be polite around here. I'm not just doing the transformation for the first time now, and I'm not looking at the instructions. But it doesn't seem finicky. It just seems like kind of hunkish. Like, don't tell anyone, but I was going to be doing a stream today to open the 86B that I finally got for cheap. But then this happened. So maybe later this week I'll be doing a stream just for 86 Bumblebee, who I have not messed with at all. And I have been wanting to mess with for a while, specifically because, wait a second. Wait a second. Alchemist, why you do this to yourself? No, this is correct, yeah. Alchemist Prime, transforming. All right, so clearly, yeah, there's a step I missed. Let me see. Much like a puzzle box. Much like a puzzle box, I can solve this. Let me get my tool out. I'll just adjust my progressives and have a better look at this. I see the pin. I see the pin right there. Oh wait, that's what his head's pinned onto. Uh-oh. Lanajo87, I like how there are at least 2 people in the world transforming robots right now. Correct. Do I have an arch nemesis? No, not really. They have this tendency of disappearing. When I get Alchemist's head inside the vehicle mode, I'll summon the Cenobites. Yeah. Fold out the chest. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't tell me anything. There's a lot of ways to fold out a chest. I thought your arch nemesis was Vangelus. Yeah, how'd that go? That's horrible. That's horrible. Ruby, you're transforming. Whoop! Pardon me a second. I got a little bit too expeditious with that spudger, as they say. Hey, baby, are you a little expeditious with that spudger? I'm curious if I have to do a rewind. You over-spudged. Yeah, happens to the best of us. Oh, I cannot speak to Vangelus canon. There's legalities involved. Adam Bill Moo, the third party internet personality. I am owned by nobody. I am the renegade. I am mysterious. Ladies Vangelus. Because it's implied that I need to slot these down on those. I'm just thinking of order of operations here. So I'm curious if I just have to have this folded around like that to get the whatever to open. Wait, what's going on? What's going on here? Are we both completely lost? What a shame. Whoop. That's a friction hinge. Same brain cell. I've never shared a brain cell on import. The customs costs alone would be catastrophic. There we go. How am I supposed to do that without a spudger? Okay, it's just it's uncaking itself from shipment goop. It is not the hands that summon us. It is the desire. So really, who are the Cenobites going to come for? I'm innocently playing with my toy. And if you're talking Doug Bradley Cenobites, I think they're coming for all of you. Now, if we're talking Hulu Cenobites, it's a different story. But I'd be bleeding all over the place by now. By the way, if you have not seen the Hulu Hellraiser remake, I think it's pretty darn good. Came out in 2022, if I recall correctly. I really liked it. First time is always a bit tight, isn't it? Yeah, Shadowhunter. Welcome back, V-Rider. How is Alchemist? Well, we're just getting him into vehicle mode for the first time. Yeah, Lorcan, that's the Jamie Clayton lead Cenobite. She is much more lead Cenobite in that one. Well, that's adorable. Did Henry Cavill star in a Hellraiser movie? I don't recall. He might have been, like, a young Henry Cavill, might have been in one of the direct-to-DVD ones, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Jamie Clayton is great. All the Cenobites in Hulu Hellraiser are frigging excellent. I straight up have a crush on the Gasp. I had to get over that, because the Gasp is not real. Cenobites are made up, and I had to get over the part where I had a crush on a fictional character. But But then also I kind of then proceeded to have a crush on both the Gasp and the one whose arms split down the forearm to turn into like 4 forearms, who's got like pearlescent pins stuck into all of her eyeballs. Or there. The Weeper, thank you, Tef. Yeah, the Gasp and the Weeper are like both kind of my physical or my fictional crushes. Let me see if I can pull up images of them that will not get us TOS'd. Let me hide the pixel for a second. Yeah, here we go. The other thing about Hulu Hellraiser is the Cenobites are all naked. They've kind of just peeled their bodies into clothing. So it's difficult to share them without getting into trouble. Yeah, here we go. So, here's my number 1. Aren't we cute together? And then here is my other number 1. Aren't we cute together? Anyway, the Weeper is an incredible physical effect as well. But then, you know, it's like, how can I choose? Because we've got, you know, there's my number 1, and then there's my other number 1. It's hard. It's really hard. It's hard to stand them both. The Gasp also has an incredible line of dialogue. I wonder if I can catch that one. Hang on a second. Hide that for a moment. Oh yeah, like Pinhead in old Hellraiser, his whole thing is that he speaks very eloquently. It's what makes him more scary. Also, he's not like a slasher villain in the first 2 movies. He does his own thing. All right, give me a sec here. I think I might have found an audio clip that I can share. Why is it? It's hard. It's so hard to find the good stuff on here. Here we go. Here we go. Where's the line? Where's the line? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I won't show you the visuals so you don't get... Well, wait, maybe you can see this one. Yeah, she's not doing anything crazy. She's laying a little, like, metal thing. She's not, like, sticking it into... She's laying it onto someone's tongue like a sacrament or whatever. Or like a body of Christ or whatever. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's such a good scene. Here's the line.
Save
It's a good line. Save your breath for screaming. It's a very good line. That's someone who is being taken and is saying, you know, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And so, you know, the Cenobites being good people, they're like, hey, just save your breath for all the screaming you're gonna do. The gasp, also the voice effect on the gasp is incredible because basically their throat is their throat has been opened like a flower, and they're wearing it as like the top collar of their inverted flesh costume. So they put this like lyrical tone to the gasp's vocals, which is so freaking cool. Also, the gasp only does it once. But while Pinhead has, like, hooks on chains as their, like, you know, signature, like, extension of power, the Gasp has their own, which is piano wire. You know, again, going with the vocal cord, the musical, lyrical thing. But yeah, the Gasp, like, coils tons of piano wire around you, and then you know, like, horrific stuff, but... when you get taken, well, you know, you don't really see what they do to people in full, but the idea of the Cenobites, the 2022 remake, makes the Cenobites more of a cult. So their whole goal is to, in the original too, their goal is to basically just take you to the point where pain and pleasure become the same thing, so you ascend, because they think it's really cool. Just gonna grab you a quick so you can hear what the original Pinhead sounded like. For those who haven't heard good old Doug Bradley. I think this is the right one. Hang on. Yeah. What's funny is Doug Bradley was going to be one of the two movers, and then he was upset that he played this character, the lead Cenobite, because it meant that he had to go into makeup and stuff. But, his voice is pitched down in this, but... Yeah, they are explorers in the further reaches of experience, demons to some, angels to others. They're basically, if you take S&M and you take it to its logical biblical extreme, you get the Cenobites, who are basically like, as far as in their purest concept, the Cenobites think that they're helping everyone out because they're like, well, you went through so much trouble to solve that puzzle box in the first place. Clearly, you want us to be here. And the only reason you'd be calling for us is if you want to turn pleasure and pain into the same thing. So technically, we're helping you out here. That's kind of their whole MO. Can't remember if the female Cenobite plays around with her neck or something. But I'll play you the rest of the dialogue, because it's pretty friggin' awesome. For those who haven't seen this, I'll just hide this over here for a sec. Yeah, you see, it's like, hey, listen, we're doing business. They're pragmatic.
But this is where she's like, hey, I know a guy who got away from you. Little pop-up pinhead's actually making me very, very amused right now. So yeah, they have the original Hellraiser movie. If you haven't seen it, but you grew up around its specter, you might think like, oh, it's about someone running away from all these Hellraiser monsters. When in fact, it is mostly about some guy who escapes the Cenobites and is trying to just get away with it. Horrible guy. And then his niece is basically like, hey, what if I narc you out to the Cenobites? And the Cenobites are like, make him say that he did it so we'll be extra mad. So from the rest of that point onwards, the Cenobites are kind of like there, but they're not doing it. They just kind of manifest here and there watching because they're like waiting. They're like, make him say it. Make him say it. And, you know, maybe you can predict. Maybe they do get him to say it. At which point, a whole bunch of hooks on chains fly out of the darkness and just fishhook into this guy 50 times. And then the best part is the lead Cenobite steps out of the shadows and he says the guy's name. So he steps out of the shadows and in this deep, menacing voice, this monstrous entity goes, Frank! Because they're looking for a guy called Frank. And there's something really funny about that, too, to me. You know, it's like... This otherworldly S&M priest steps out of the darkness and is like, Frank! Not Frank West, it's Frank Cotton. I saw the question of whether or not the guy who escaped is played by Andrew Robinson. I can't answer that. What I can say is Andrew Robinson is in the movie a whole lot. It's actually my first exposure to him. He's excellent in it. And he improvised a classic line at one point. There's a part where Andrew Robinson, they had him all gimmicked up with a bunch of relevant horror visual effects, and then of his own volition, Andrew Robinson, looking horrific in the visual effects that the special effects he's in, licks his lips, staring at the camera, and goes, Jesus wept, and starts laughing. And apparently he improvised that. But it's one of those like, if you saw that as a child, it is straight up horrifying. Because he looks right at the camera. It's so good. It's so good. And yeah, they had to ADR the whole thing with Americans because they filmed it in England, but everyone had accents, and it was like... So yeah, there's... The role of Frank Cotton is technically played by 3 people, which is really funny, too. Anyway, that was a little aside. But yeah, this is Alchemist Prime. I think he's cool. I like the idea that a demigod shows up. You're like, I wonder what form the demigod will take, and he's just a friggin' van. Hey, guys, I brought my glasses. I brought my special glasses. Yeah, Jesus Wept has been sampled by, 18 million industrial songs. I'm sure other genres, too. I'm wondering if they have a special place for the glasses. No, they don't. It's just literally the thing I did before. Okay. Let's just stick them on the roof. But yeah, I am a big fan of Hellraiser 1, 2, and 5. And the remake. I believe it's 5. I need to check something. I have to check my videotapes. I have to return some videotapes. Yeah, it's 5. Okay. So Hellraiser 2, and then Hellraiser 5 Inferno, the first of the direct-to-DVD Hellraisers, I think is a good anthology piece. I'm not a big fan of Bloodlines or 3. They're fine. but I think that Inferno is better than Bloodlines, which nobody agrees with me with, but whatever. It's my life. But yeah, I very much enjoyed the. I should show you just before I get totally off this tangent. I'll show you what 2022's lead Cenobite looks like. There's a pretty damn good sequence with some speaking in that regard. I gotta be careful because one of the best scenes for this performance is incredibly hard to watch, but it has this lovely monologue about like what the nature of what prayer means to an entity like a Cenobite. But this is another good one with a pretty good line. Where's the line? Yeah, here we go. Queued it up.
Two more, and he is yours. Feed it. Their pain, their blood. Unlock the next configuration. And then the last. No. I've done enough. Enough is a myth.
That's a pretty good new line. They do some throwback lines in 2022, but that's one of the new ones that I really like. Enough is a myth. That's all I'll show you for that. Because I have fallen down the rabbit hole of just clip watching Hellraiser 2022 several times. The Sense 8 sequel goes places. There we go. That's a little bit big. There we go. Hit. I'm going to turn this guy back into a demigod. But yeah, my favorite horror things are Hellraiser and Puppet Master. Specifically because I find them way more interesting than a lot of other quote-unquote like major horror franchises. And I don't like, I don't hate Hellraiser 3 and 4. I just find them kind of boring. But they're fun, to peek in on now and then. They got some lore, if you want some lore. Hellraiser 5, I think, is a very fun anthology piece. The other direct-to-DVD Hellraisers are kind of like a bummer. There is one that brings back Kirsty from Hellraiser 1, and it's really... I like that one when you put the deleted scene back in. Otherwise, that one was also a little bit disappointing. Hello, Champion of Braves. What's the lore for your and Diaclona's friendship? Well... it goes back to, see, once upon a time, Lie Diaclona was like, oh, what's this puzzle box? I'll just open this thing up. And, business is business. Always got to stand on business. Oh yeah. I saw the best Ju-on, unfortunately, first, which was Ju-on the Grudge, the first theatrical Japanese one, and it kind of ruined all the other ones for me because I think it's the best one that director made. That director famously has just made the same movie about 7 times. But it is a fun, creepy time, especially if you've not seen one. Ju-on the Curse is better. So another part of the Ju-on series is that when we say the name of one, I need more information. I need to know the context of where the V Cinema one. Oh, like you mean the OG V Cinema? I'm guessing. Were there not 2 V Cinemas, or am I misremembering? Yeah, the original one. No, that one I think is probably like, because it's shorter too, if I remember right. Like, it's probably a better experience. But I am partial to the polish that the first theatrical one had, and I think like it's specifically just some of the scenes in the first theatrical one. I felt like I was seeing the full potential of the director, like in the like the glitchy television blanket sequence. That's the one that always jumps to mind. Yeah, the Ju-on director got his start with V Cinema stuff, and in many cases, am I thinking, because did the Ju-on ghosts not also appear, like one was in one V Cinema and one was in another V Cinema, or am I thinking of 2 shorts instead? Because it is like, to a certain degree, I think that between that and Ju-on the Grudge, the first theatrical Japanese one, it is a little bit like 2 cakes. One is more bespoke and heartfelt, and then Ju-on the Grudge is like, but also sometimes you want the fancy cake with the fancy icing. Transforms a lot like Siege Ironhide, doesn't he? Yeah, a little bit. I think the upper body is mostly doing new stuff, but the legs are doing the trapdoor trick to some degree. Hello, Lee Kalba. What tabbed in down here? Oh, it's behind. Okay. So this is biting into a little like groovature down there. Kiyoshi Kurosawa, what are some of his? With J-horror, I am still generally better with titles, unfortunately. Being there for Tartan Asia Extreme DVDs, I also saw a lot of like junk, so I have a clog in my brain. Oh, Pulse! I still have to properly see Pulse. I always meant to. That's been on one of my to-dos. I just remember in the aughts, I had like my checkout moment with J-horror when I saw Chakushin Ari, One Missed Call, the Takashi Miike J-horror. I felt like at that point, because J-horror was becoming a bit of a road genre at that point, I felt like Takashi Miike's Chakushin Ari was sort of both a deadpan parody, but it also kind of like, it felt like it kind of closed the book on the 2000s era of J-horror for me. But I also did take it as a deadpan parody of the genre at the time. I haven't seen it in a while. I know there was like an American One Missed Call, but I think that was trying to be serious and like, you know. How would you rate his mustache? It's clean. And it's well picked out, and it's got a little bit of gloss to it. So a solid 8.9. It's jaunty, yeah, definitely. I will say, as far as horror, one of my favorites still in the past while is Gonjam Haunted Asylum. That's a Korean found footage horror that cracks the code on found footage. One of the few times that's happened, where they all the weird proclivities of found footage have answers in the story of Gonjam Haunted Asylum, which I really appreciate. Boulder, is the 2008 one the American one? Because I didn't even bother. I only when it comes to One Missed Call, I only think of the Takashi Miike version, like the OG. Yeah, Zimman, you've seen Gonjam, hooray! I like Gonjam a lot. Zimman said it, or spelled it properly. It's that Gonjam Haunted Asylum. The Blu-ray's really inexpensive. Okay, oh, it's the American remake. I didn't even bother. I felt like One Missed Call, without the context of kind of capstoning the aughts era of J-horror, without that context, I just felt there was no purpose to watch the American remake. Not to say I would expect anyone who just saw the American remake as a trailer would even know the context, but I believe that would be part of the reason why that film probably wasn't very good, is that if it's just trying to be Chakshin Ari as a straight horror movie, I feel like that's really missing something. Ooh. Lozenge time. Lorcan Nagel got to see Tetsuo the Iron Man in the theater. I'm jealous. See, the dead pixel is back. Yeah, this is it's a consensual dead pixel this time. We've been doing some tricks with it, because sometimes I can, check this out, I can get it, I can get this to go right into the, it's hard to keep it in though. I want to be the Cenobite that just coughs and hawks up phlegm the whole time. Yeah, the spitter. the drool master. Tetsuo the Iron Man, the best MCU movie. Thank you, Shial. That's a statement of good taste. Award-winning acting. Thank you, Scorp. Thank you. I am a pretty good actor. You like to get freaky. You like to get. Hang on, where's my spot? Where's my spot? You you like to get a little freaky? Oh, he doesn't taste very good. The Adamus voice get used a lot. Yeah, I just I'm working on it. I'm workshopping. I gotta get my reps in. Ah! Can I do this while he's holding them? Oh, yeah. Gashing! And then he's like... Let's give him the Hitchcock stare. Who's been using the family internet for doujinshis? Have you tried using his Ultra Eye to see if you can turn into him? Good question. If this is the last we ever see of me, then, like, you know, tell people my story. But also, I'm going to be doing cool stuff in space. Yeah! Am I Ultra? Oh. It was worth a try. Sky Seiyu, I got the illegal Vietnamese copies. Listen. I did the talk earlier. So, you know, I'll just make sure we all understand. Hey, how did you get these toys so quickly? Aren't these not out till October? What did you do? Are you acting like Prime versus Prime? Listen, number one. Don't insult me. I'm not some kind of small-time ant at the bottom of the molehill going around pitching dollars to contacts for scraps from the back garbage bin of some factory. When I want something, and I don't always want something because I'm humble, but when I want something, I'm not going to pitch money at it. I'm going to pitch bullets and blood. I'm going to make sure there's human cost when I get my early toys, okay? Because I'm not here to play around like children. Toys are serious business. And when I do this, when I extend my shadowy sphere of influence, it's not just to get a toy early. It's to remind the rest of them, okay? It's to remind them who the top of the tower is, who the spire is, and how much blood the spire wants when the seasons change and the blood moon rises. Human cost. Blood. So that's how I got them early. It's ultra to step on my face wearing high heels while milk shoots off of my chest. Thank you, Adam Bilmu. That's the other thing is, like, I notice a distinct lack of people telling me about new lactation clips from PvP, so I'm wondering where they are. What did I sub for? I zoned out, then all I hear is Chris yelling. Well, that's listen. That's on you for zoning out, all right? Hey, you're welcome. Yes, thanks, Chris, for waking me up from the zone out. No, you're welcome. No, I'm here to help. I'm doing a good job. I know, Cliff, last time I was like, isn't it funny because PvP does the clip, oh, Solus Prime, stomp on my balls. And then someone was like, well, you didn't hear about the lactation. And I was like, what do you mean I didn't hear about the lactation? So someone linked it. Now, I don't remember what he said anymore. Because now, all of my knowledge of Prime versus Prime is some mixture of ball stomping and lactation. Neither of which are things he specifically seems to actually really talk about. Just, I don't remember the things he says. I just remember what people tell me about them. And I was watching Dia's stream, still the zone out was warned. Listen, last time, okay, we had Lai's voice coming in from the distance, screaming at me, and so this time we got my voice coming in, screaming, not at her necessarily, just screaming to the world. Bison Dollars, yeah, I forgot the lactation and heals thing was a PvP bit for a moment there. I thought I'd missed some crucial Alchemist Prime lore. Hey, we don't know. They don't do lore for toys anymore. So it's up to us, like, hey, maybe this iteration of Alchemist Prime is like, you know, oh, cheeky stomp on the ball with that high heel. You know, or he's like, lactate. Or he's like, because technically, Besides my Prime, I am the master phlegm tuber, okay? I'm not going to have anyone else try to get in my way. Because technically, as you can see, these line up with Alchemist Prime's nipples. So these could be bifocal convex lactation not dispensers, but what's the word I'm looking for? Dispersers. They're conically focusing it outwards. Magnifiers. Thank you. Yeah, lactation lens, because you can see the nipples. Right? You see that they both line up. Mischievous Turtle, not this being the thing that makes me buy this figure. I'm here to help. Lee Calba, it was PvP's Wreckgar video. Oh, right! Because Wreckgar has the big doodly woobly, the big wobbly tobbly, big giant, long, massive, slappable, chewable. You could even probably, like, wrap them in a hot dog bun and bite on them, kind of giant, just sticking right... Yeah, the nipples. Yeah. Cool, look at me old jobblies! The Covenant of Primus 712. Yeah, I didn't realize this, but yeah, they look like little eyeballs even. Delta You could wrap them in a hot dog bun and goes crazy. Listen, I'm just working with what I got, alright? Will this figure's glasses replace mine? Well, I just recently got an updated prescription with progressive lenses, because, you never heard this one before. I got progressive lenses because my eyeballs are so full of woke. So, I'll see if these, interact with my eyeballs as they are. This is worse. This is a terrible experience. Yeah, this is like... If someone took, like, just a bunch of friggin'... remember Gak? It's like if someone, like stretched Gak out into a taffy-like thin sheet and then slapped it onto your face. That's kind of what this looks like to look through. I don't know, like, do I look cool? I look cool, right? What do they call it? I could pull, right? I could pull. Hang on. Let's get out some of my medical adhesive. Ooh, are you looking at my new glasses? Yeah, they're some new progressive lenses. I got the frames. Actually came in from they're from France. It costs a whole lot to get them fitted for my face. You am I pulling? Am I pulling? Am I pulling? Am I cool? I'm cool, right? Right? This stuff, it holds miniatures to stands. It holds posters to walls. It even helps me, like, in a pinch, just make a tab work better. Could not hold the tiniest spectacles in the world to my face for more than, like, 10 seconds. You call that medicinal putty? I don't. Not anymore. Adam Bill Moo, they're so gacked, they're so Genesis Rhapsodos. Holy moly. It's actually spelled gack. Oh, yeah. It doesn't have a CK. No, it's just GAK. It's the gack. You've been talking to a lamp in the corner for 10 minutes. Okay, but did I pull? Is the lamp, like... I mean, obviously you're friends with the lamp. Is the lamp, like, talking about me now? Like, are we... They talking about... Are they, Do they like my glasses? And my cool glasses? Can anyone else do funny things with these glasses? The lamp from That was the lamp from Pixar? Bro! I pulled the lamp from Pixar, bro! That felt horrible to say. I can see a vision of my own death. That's embarrassing. I do like how the bridge of the glasses is actually kind of fitting to the funny shape of Braun's head. Something, something, Pixar lamp, something, something, ball stomp. Yeah, but... It's affixed to the desktop, right? Like, how is it gonna stomp anything, ball or otherwise? The lamp said it was married and it was calling the cops. It's a good thing I'm a foreign national. Immunity, baby. Disgusting. Probably put those on, like, Fort Max. Maybe. I don't have Fort Max handy. He's buried in a cupboard. He's buried in a glass doors Billy bookshelf, but he's at the bottom of the bookshelf, and there's a lot of stuff in front of it, so he's basically inaccessible right now. That's my Titan's Return one. My G1 one is back out west. That's very inaccessible right now. See you in El Salvador. Unlikely! I decided to cancel my Chicago plans. Dark joke. I feel bad now. I feel bad. I'll put the text on. I'm sorry. There you go. I'll put the text on. Kicked puppy voice. Kicked puppy emoji. I'll put the text on. Correct, a Billy, not a Detolf, because a Billy is a better shelf for toys. There, I said it! Hot take! Hot takes here! Hot takes! Ooh! I'm cooking! Well, the Billies could have glass doors, at least for a certain period of time. I think they perhaps may have baked that out of them at the last generation, I'm not sure. But my Billies have glass doors. Yeah, you have to, yeah, Omander's right. You have to, like, at least when they have them, like mine do, you have to buy them separately. Oh, there's still an add-on last time you were at IKEA. Okay. Yeah, the glass doors, they sell them separately, and they use the shelf mountings, if I recall correctly, to add the hinge brackets, or whatever you'd call them, carpentry words. I can see a vision of my own death, and this is really embarrassing. I like the idea of like, all of the G1 cast getting to use the glasses of Alchemist Prime and seeing into the future and just going like, oh, that's embarrassing. I just got shot in the chest, huh? And that's it. Just, and I fall down. Embarrassing. Patrick gets to see his IDW timeline. I get a husband? Why am I stuck here? Need to post cliff jumper with him. Yeah, I don't have the cliff jumper bully box cliff jumper. So I don't have a cliff jumper handy. Who else? No, they're all not 5mm. Adam Bill Moo, I once dated someone that worked at a car tinting place, but she had issues with transparency. What does Vortex see? Have you seen the new Gundam show? I have not. I still have to watch any Gundam show all the way through. I've been meaning to watch Witch from Mercury because I like the look of it. It's mostly making time is my other problem. New Gundam show is the one that's called, like, Gundam Squinks or something, right? Okay, now I just saw two of you use different numbers of U's. So who's right? Who counted? Who's a true fan? Me! I copy-pasted, I cheated. Ah! The moral of the story is that being a fan is not a competition. So technically, we should all be ashamed. Oh, I just saw someone, Long was here, not to interrupt. Looks like Godzilla -1 is getting a sequel. I thought it was all but confirmed, but I'm assuming they have, like, a more formalized presser now for it, or some ad copy. I hope that they have fun making a second one. It sounds like it was a bit of a bit of a grindy production, but it sounded like everyone generally was doing okay. Just the 6 of us from Bloomberg, Japan. Okay. Because my understanding is Godzilla -1 achieved what it did because of a level of crunch, but I did not. From what I understood, at least, it was less of a forced crunch and more of a, how do you put it? Let's all do it, team. Let's all do it, team. Kind of crunch. Still would rather they just take longer to make the film, but that's just me. What does Vortex see? When Vortex glimpsed through an artifact of one of the 13 primes to let him see through not only time and space, but also light, darkness, the truth, and everything that has been and will be, Vortex is like, booby. That's all he says. Who knows what he saw? Oh, I thought, Picky Peas, I thought the director was like going from the coy, oh, we could do another one, to like, oh, actually, I have plans for another one, like really fast during the main like word of mouth cycles on -1. Here to arrest you for toy crimes. Sucks, but hey, try to get me from your country that is foreign to mine, copper. You know, a lot of toy cops have tried, and I got a lot of fertilizer in my lawn. I got a lot of silt at the bottom of my moat. You could say I built this tower on the back of a lot of toy cops whose families never saw them again. Funny that. How things always seem to go badly for the ones who try to pursue and bring to justice the Titan. You know, you think you have it all. You think that you understand the rules of Olympus. When the gods of Olympus were born from my loins, from my spit. It's good to see you. Yeah, these are some interesting toys that are apparently not supposed to be out until like October, I think. Bandai Snipers is so weak. Vangelus is Kronos confirmed. Please don't dox me. Okay, Zimman 2. Yeah, I could have sworn I read, like, at least a lot of, like, you know, not committing to anything but kind of coy talk that made it sound like, oh yeah, I would definitely, if they want me to, do a sequel to this film that I have ideas for doing even. I just kind of assumed that if they were working on anything, it was going to be that. Kronos or Kronos. Depends what I eat for lunch. Vangelus streamer, he just satirically rants when. Could be a dangerous stream. Hey, have you guys ever seen a cool pose where, like, an inventor of sorts takes one knee as landing, but then balances their landing by punching the ground? I just invented this pose, and I think it's a really cool one. I was wondering if you all think it's as cool as I think it is. I think it's pretty cool. You don't have the balls to be Kronos. Pretty lame. Yeah, I guess so. It's thought, like, you know, maybe people think it's kind of cool. They'll never catch on. Hurts hard in the knee. So you got to punch harder. That's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh, I tap my hand on the ground. It's like, no! Full weight, full force. Put a hole in the floor. That's the purpose. You're showing that you're tougher than the floor. You're lame. Just kidding. Don't hit me. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Oh, you said don't hit you, but I think I might hit you anyway. I'm forgetting. I'll forget about it. I'll forget about it. To the moon. Wow, how embarrassing. Saturn is his Roman name. Yeah, it depends what I ate. It's dawned on me he does look like Armstrong from FMA, same mustache shape. Yeah. I mean, it's sort of a classic, you know, twee little mustache. Do it, you coward. That kind of voice I was doing is absolutely the kind of guy when you're like, do it, coward. He goes like, I just don't want to mess up my knuckle on your stupid face. And he like walks off and like, you know, sips his beer as though it's a shot. It's more of a Van Dyke. Yeah, I don't know. I always get mustache names mixed up. I don't want to mess up this lady's pretty store. Ooh. I feel like I just felt a lump of something move when I took that swallow. I hope it doesn't come back. Speaking of which, pardon me a moment. I'm just going to let's see what Lie Diaclone is up to for a second here. And
all right. I'm trying to sell my Legacy Strong Arm. I like Legacy Strong Arm, but yeah, she shell formed pretty hard. Fender that track's even got to figure that bad. Yeah, no, he's never really gotten a great figure, right? I love Road Rage though. You're stronger than me. I have Road Rage only because I want the full Diaclone / pre-Transformer shelf. If it weren't for that, I would have gotten it.
I'm back.
Just have to flip all my switches again. I'm back.
Basically, I had to blow my nose, and I did not want you to have to watch or listen to me blow my nose. So there you go. Yeah, these two, they're pretty solid. Like they're neither of them are blowing my mind. I will say, which is unfortunate because after taxes right now, a deluxe in Canada costs $40, which is unfortunate also. But Alchemist Prime is my first of the Age of the Primes, and I think he's a solid figure. I like him. If he was like $30, I'd like him even more. But I will forget about how much I paid for them eventually. And I'm liking his vibe. He has got a excellent sculpt. He does that thing where he kind of changes shape as you turn him like this. Very adventurer vibe. And Vortex, I for some reason just completely missed the part where he wouldn't transform like a Combiner Wars toy. So he's very interesting. A little disappointed I couldn't slap him onto Menassor's frame, but you know, it is as it goes. As a standalone helicopter transformer, I do think he's kind of fun. I gotta mess with him some more. I like his head sculpt a lot. Wish he was more Thew-like. I mean, someone might just do the Cyberverse McAdams head for him as like an add-on or something. Getting my first Prime of the Primes this week. Ooh. I still have my pre-order at GameStop with 10% off for Solus and Prima. So I'm hoping those actually show up at like the start of May or whatever. He's also doing that pose I invented. Well, Cypher, the thing that I recall at least is that even though hang on a sec, it's hard to move this all over the place. There we go. So even though Vortex can't go on the frame arm, I believe, going off of what I understand from the Superion and design intent, is I can take the frame arm and pull it off and then stick it onto another torso. So technically the scrambling is there. It's just not as granular as I had assumed. It's like he's some kind of man of iron. That sounds ridiculous. Men aren't made of iron, they're made of meat and flesh. I do really like that you can... like, this is a 5mm spinning helicopter blade. This feels like just sort of build play pattern fun. And I am a fan of that thing we all discovered together, which is... Yeah, Red Snarl, I thought I saw a photograph somewhere of Vortex attached to the Superion frame, at least. Because... Okay, Auridescent seems to share the same slot and port system as Slingshot, so Alpha Bravo fans may still be winning. Yeah, that's what I want. But yeah, Vortex here can wield the thing like a giant slicey stick, or like a pair of scissors, which I think is pretty fun. Very tangential. Does anyone think they'll ever do a toy of Man of Iron from that one Marvel UK story? I think if the comics capsule keeps going, that may be the next place they go, and stuff like that. Siege Springer also has a 5mm helicopter rotor. Oh, yeah! And the artifact thing, like, this is my first one of those. It's pretty cute. I know this one is, like, doing its own thing a little bit differently than the other two we've gotten so far. But they did successfully make these things look like both guns and knives and glasses. So I appreciate that. Vortex straight up Kill la Kill maxing. I still haven't seen Kill la Kill either.
I'm a bad anime fan. Yeah, this guy catches angles really well. Which Prime are you most intrigued to see? I really want to know what they do for Nexus Prime. My own personal stake in it was I think they should have made Nexus Prime turn into a core torso that you could stick 4 combiner frames onto as limbs to make the true Nexus Prime. I think that would have been really cool. That would have been abusive to the customer base, but in a way that I would have respected and even found endearing. Shift focus a little bit here. Wait, that's me! Yeah, Amalgamous, I'm interested to see what they do, mostly because I can't remember what his gimmick would be. I just remember he looks funny. I also really hope that they go NB or female on at least 1 or 2 more of the primes, because why not? It doesn't hurt anybody. Like, we've already, it seems, gotten away from the part where Solus Prime's gimmick is being the woman. They're going more for the Forge Master thing on her, so why not have more? Ain't no reason not to. He invented transformation. Oh, his toy should just transform then. Easy peasy. Pay me. I could do that. Oh, look at them fighting off the swarm together. And I think more realistically, and if Nexus ends up being a Voyager, it'd be kind of cool if Nexus Prime was like 2 figures that can combine together, but have... Oh wait, I went dark. Holy moly. 2 figures that could combine together, but then have the ports, so if you buy multiple Nexus Primes, you could just keep combining Nexus Primes together. I think that would be cool. I'm back. I'm back more. I like that, though. I like that better. Keeping it real at negative... This is just darker. Something got shifted, because -6 used to be good on my end. That's just what -6 used to look like. That's... I don't know. Yeah, also, yeah, Ruby. I just think they should just pick, like... Just pick one. Just go, like, yeah, this one's NB. This one's female. This one's male. But, like, spread it out a bit more. Because in most cases, the 13 primes... have not existed as physical objects ever, really, anywhere in any way that's respectable. Is that a dunk on Power of the Primes? Yes. So, go wild with them, in my opinion. Like, have fun with them. They, like I said, they dealt with the worst part already by not having Solus Prime be the prime of women. Now, Prima is always supposed to be a dude. It's just Prima has, like, I don't really know why. I'm sure there are actually, like, phonetic reasons why, but, like, Prima does come off sounding very female. But no, like, in ye olden original days of the 13 primes being concepted,
like Solus Prime, part of her whole thing is like all woman Transformers spawned from Solus Prime, much like all beast Transformers spawned from Onyx Prime, and it's like that sounds worse when you say it out loud. It sounds worse with each passing attempt to restate it better. I'm going to try something. What about women beast transformers then? Yeah, I don't know. The Descendant thing is like, the way they're doing it in the toy line at least is just cute. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Because there's no fiction to go with the toy line, right? For the most part. So the Descendant thing, I just think is like, yeah, whatever, sure. It's because it's like, oh, I wonder who the descendant of Nexus Prime is. Every combiner. Oh, obvious. Okay. I just am also like, I'm never going to put too much thought into it. I'm never going to be like, it's really important that we remember who's descended from who. It's like, no, it's a funny trivia bullet point for one toy line. That's all it is. Anyway, I realized, because there's a port on the funny thing hanging off his arm, that you can get the spinny shield going. Elixir Predaking. My lineage spreadsheet ruined! Yeah, this is some copter actions. The spinny shield, but also he pushes your face into the spinny shield and your face separates into hundreds of bespoke slivers. Yeah, the spinning on this is beautiful. It's as a standalone piece, it spins so fast, unimpeded. It doesn't like get jammed on itself. It doesn't have any funny little like friction points. It's a good toy propeller. Absolute fidget toy. Unless you swat it and make it uncrossed. And you gotta, yeah. If you speak in front of it, it makes your voice sound robotic. Wow, what a cool effect, I'm sure. Deep cut, but I remember about some of the Autobot enemies in the ROTF Wii game had this. I remember thinking they were so sick as a kid. I mean, like this effect? Yeah, this is just cool stuff. Whew. Anyway, I gotta eat some food. So I think I'm going to start my my Wind Dune. And by the way, for those who look at that, yeah, look at that duck up there. Where did, no, now it's gone. Oh no, it's back. Okay. Me and my friend the duck here. That duck's my best friend, by the way. Me and that duck are really cool, tight pals. Nobody's better friends with that duck than me. Yeah, I've got at least one more Boxshred stream happening this week, because I was gonna do a Boxshred stream today for something else, and then you know, my dirty deed sinister business happened, so I have something else to crack open. Oh, okay, nice. And I'll do that later this week, probably. Partner Clona made that. Yeah, it's a really nice toy. That's why I'm so glad that duck is my best friend. Me and that duck go way back. We went to university together. Had some funny stories from back then, I can tell you that. Can it be a double stream this high was incredible? I mean, that's on... Listen, if Lai has new toys today, maybe it can happen. I don't know. But I'm going to bid a farewell for now to the Dead Pixel. So we'll get that down to an orally satisfactory size. And then we'll just go... And, yeah. Hey, thanks for tuning in to this stream where things went quite swimmingly. Where's my volumes? Where's my volumes? Yeah, I had me some... I ate the duck, whatever. Wait, is someone gonna stop me? The Cenobite tier list stream. Noted. That could be an idea. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna pop us really quickly. I bet I can do this while the music's playing. I don't care if she's winding down. I'm gonna try to do a redirect. Because we're making use of the platform. We're YouTubers. The Vangelus corner stream, yeah. So after this finishes up, if it's still running, you will all be shot into Diaclonus stream. Which should be pretty fun. Make sure when you get there, you use the raid phrase, ball stomp lactation. And, yeah, I will be back, as I said. I got one more box shred to do. I still want to do the Yappin' stream, because I want to normalize that. I'm thinking of tying it into my old VQ&A series. And just make it kind of a chat and talk kind of thing. And it continues. I'm starting to feel less sick, so hopefully I can get back to my projects I wanted to work on. I've been making some progress on the Diaclone Reboot Dia Battles V2 review script, so I can get my wheels turning on some Diaclone English language coverage, which is oddly rare now. Thank you for coming by. Hopefully, if you experienced the toys vicariously, it was fun to some degree. I think I'm gonna definitely eat a salad, but then I think I might heat up some of that chili, a little spicy. You know, put a little bit of green onion in there for a little bit of that crunch. Ooh, 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 ah. Ooh! That's the right button now. Oh! Please remain seated. The redirect is imminent. Your redirect phrase is ball stomp lactation. Remember to call it out eagerly. And be supportive of all your favorite creators as you declare with full chest, ball stomp lactation.
Let them come.